Thriving under chaos.
Like, it's not normal. It was a pandemic, dude. What the fuck, going? Oh man, we're all pretending like it wasn't a pandemic. We're all pretending like it wasn't. Like it wasn't. Like things didn't get really crazy for a while. A long while. Rick. Rick Grimes. I'm trying not to get stressed. And I kept everyone safe, and it's like now.
I want to pull up this video here, and let's hear it out. 2 minutes and 20 seconds of pure gold. Let's listen.
Today in Chicago, there was a special city council meeting where they talked about what's happening in Israel and as well as Gaza. During this meeting, they condemned Hamas, they prayed for the safe return of the hostages, and they showed support for Israel. What they failed to do was talk about anything happening to the Palestinians in Gaza, and during this meeting, there was someone who spoke, and you have to hear what he said.
The next speaker is Gabriel Miller. I would like to add my voice to the chorus here today in opposition to this ridiculous resolution. At a time when the rest of the world is condemning Israel for committing war crime after war crime, Chicago is fiddling around on whether to condemn Hamas. By doing so, Chicago will be doing its part in enabling the genocide of Palestinians. And this resolution acts like it's on the side of innocent civilians. So in that case, I'd like to add, are you considering a resolution condemning Israel?
I was fine with it. I was absolutely fine with
Are you
it.
considering condemning Israel for planned war crime of forced removal of 1 million Palestinians?
I feel so bad. That's
Are you going to
absolutely.
condemn them for cutting off food, water, and electricity to Gaza? Another war crime called collective punishment. Did it ever cross your mind to condemn Israel when they assassinated Palestinian journalist Shireen Abu Akleh in broad daylight, or when they brutalized the people carrying her coffin peacefully, or when Israeli snipers killed innocent people protesters throughout the March of Return? Did the people in office before you ever consider condemning Israel at any point since its inception, when it rammed a country full of people into a 60-mile corner of their own country, creating the largest concentration camp in history, the largest open-air prison in the world? The answer is a resounding no. You never considered it, nor did your ancestors. Unfortunately, times have changed. The world is increasingly aware of the crimes of Israel, and increasingly aware of the framework of politicians who enable their continued apartheid by resolutions such as these. And in a city like Chicago, with majority Black and brown people who have experienced the apartheid-like conditions of oppression in the United States, a generation of young people have emerged to understand immediately that we have everything in common with the Palestinian people and nothing in common with the brutal Zionists under who they suffer. A generation of people who are not surprised when we find out that our politicians, up to our president, spread lies about 40 babies being beheaded in order to rationalize genocide. We're only surprised that
And that what you call, my friend, is getting dragged. All I have to say to the city council and to this Brandon Johnson administration, which is a click copy paste version of life, but I'm sorry. It's just the Brandon Johnson administration. It's weak. It's pathetic. It's uninspiring. And in that delicious 2 minutes and 20 seconds, that jagoff, the city council members filled with a bunch of jagoffs. The mayor, not one big. And that, my friends, is what you call getting dragged. But there's more to this story. There's a little bit more. And I think it's important that we see firsthand what exactly is happening here. And again, I want to give a huge shout out to a lot of my viewing audience members that brought that to my attention. I think we all have to keep on sharing it and speaking out about it. I want to pull up this article here from Black Club Chicago. So again, this happened on the 14th. This article is City Hall, City Council approved a controversial resolution to condemn Hamas attack on Israel in a verbal vote at the end of a March meeting Friday. Attendees cheered, booed, and chanted while public commentators and aldermen spoke about the Israel-Hamas war. Mayor Brandon Von Johnson eventually ordered the council chamber cleared as members of the public chanted in protest. Oh, Brandon Johnson. Weak. I'll give my thoughts on the Chicago mayoral election of last year. I'll save it for another day. And what I really wanted to see happen. But anyways, one can dream. But I guess that's all it is. It's just a dream. It's important to note that the article released the resolution contains limited mention of the deaths of Palestinians killed by Israeli strikes in Gaza. It also does not discuss the brutality of Israel's retaliation against Gaza, which has included the use of dangerous chemicals, including to Human Rights Watch, forced evacuations of over 1 million Palestinians, and cut off from electricity, fuel, food, water, and medical supplies, according to the United Nations. More than 1,300 people have been killed in Israel since Hamas attack on October 7th, according to media reports. According to Saturday update by the Gaza Ministry of Health, at least 2,250 people in Gaza have been killed by Israeli airstrikes. We will not see peace in our time. Silverstein, who is the only Jewish alderperson, addressed the council after 30 minutes of heated public comment. Referencing the Holocaust, she said Jews did not do anything to invite violence, and that the hate is a sickness and that continues to grow. She emphasized her resolution specifically focused on Hamas, not Palestine as a whole. This resolution is not about Israel and Palestine, Silverstein said. It is not about one military against another. It is about Israel versus Hamas, a democratic nation versus an internationally organized terrorist organization. As she spoke, chants among the crowd escalated. We don't have a military. We're under occupation. What about Gaza? And look, there was a comparison of Chicago to Gaza. And let me just explain about Chicago's history, okay? Anytime you listen to Fox News or any other really right-wing media organization, and you say Chicago is a socialist, communist utopia, it is. No, it's not. It's a corporatist utopia belonging to the top 1%. If you got the money, you're okay. Anyone that says this is a socialist land, no, it's not. No, it's not. See, Chicago is a city that is built internally around corruption. There's a reason why the Democratic machine, it's not really mentioned much by the Democratic Party. The Democratic machine is a well-oiled machine that is designed for one thing, the continuation of power and profit and keeping people in power and making sure everyone else is repressed and silent. Go ahead, ask Jimmy Dore about Chicago politics. I'll tell you. I'll tell you all about Chicago politics, what my family had to go through, and what every other family has to go through in regards to Chicago. This city is hyper-segregated. Not segregated. No. It's hyper-segregated. It is planned that way from the beginning. There's the north side and the south side. And let me tell you something, especially for Chicago's on the south and west side neighborhoods, people are being displaced. The neighborhoods are being gentrified. Families that have been living in their neighborhoods for generations are being kicked out. Only the home is free. There's a mass migration of many people leaving the city because it's becoming that expensive. There's lead in our drinking water for Christ's sake. States, but also we have, not only do we have gentrification, but we also have large industry and polluters moving into neighborhoods, polluting the environment. There's industrial facilities next to schools or public parks. I've talked about it numerous times in the Heartlands media. And it's causing people to be displaced. Schools being shut down. And for those of you who don't know, when a school is shut down, especially in the South and West Side neighborhoods in Chicago, that's a death blow. It's a killing strike. And a very insidious killing strike on top of that. Organizers supporters of Jewish Voice for Palestine likewise said they hope the council would vote against the resolution since the United States provides so much financial support to Israel. They said they felt support for Chicago to protest Israel's treatment of Palestinians. The U.S. are now neutral parties, said Nisha Mosley, a Jewish Voice for Palestine supporter. We send billions of dollars to Israel every year, specifically for their military. Several people giving public comments spoke about the pain they felt condemning the Hamas attack, the Israeli occupation of Palestine, or both. A few minutes later, another commentator took a very different stance. I'd like to, and this is the gentleman who was playing in the video, I'd like to ask, are you considering a resolution condemning Israel for using white phosphorus against the civilian population? Are you considering condemning Israel for its planned war crime of forced removal of 1 million Palestinians from northern Gaza? And that was nothing. Nobody said anything. Not from this administration, not this mayor. You see, unfortunately, asking any kind of accountability from our Chicago politics, it's never going to happen. But I do have a special treat for all of you because I think it's only fair. that you at least get to hear part two of the video. Because, after all, we here at Heartlands Media believe in delivering the entire story. Because you heard part one. So let's pull up part two.
No, it's okay.
Did the people in office before you ever consider condemning Israel? Since its inception, when it crammed a country full of people into a 60-mile corner of their own country, creating the largest concentration camp in history, the largest open-air prison in the world? The answer is a resounding no. You never considered it, nor did your ancestors. But unfortunately, times have changed. The world is increasingly aware of the crimes of Israel and increasingly aware of the framework of politicians who enable their continued apartheid by resolutions such as these. And in a city like Chicago, with a majority of black and brown people who have experienced the apartheid-like conditions of oppression in the United States, a generation of young people have emerged to understand immediately that we have everything in common with the Palestinian people and nothing in common with the brutal Zionists under who they suffer. A generation of people who are not surprised when we find out that our politicians, up to our president, spread lies about 40 babies being beheaded in order to rationalize genocide. We're only surprised that they're forced to walk those lies back. But of course, the damage is done. People are still spewing the debunked lies about rape and massacre of babies, even here in this very meeting. When actually there is endless evidence of Israel having killed over 500 babies in the last 48 hours alone, having dropped more bombs in 24 hours than the U.S. dropped on Afghanistan in 1 year. And finally, let it be known that condemning the attack as the actions of some fringe group misses the point of what's going on. The attack was carried out by a broad coalition of groups from every section of Palestinian society, not just Hamas. That coalition represents a people determined to attain freedom at any cost, and they have arrived at this point in the face of a broad coalition of right-wing Zionists and their supporters like those in the city council who will start a meeting with a prayer calling for their attempt at freedom. A second Holocaust where I'm so silent you could hear a rap sit on silence when innocent people, Palestinians, are annihilated day in and day out like the Native Americans of this country. If it were another time, these same people would be condemning Africans for rebelling against the slave masters of slavery, such as Nat Turner or the Haitian Revolution. Thank you. Thank you.
I can send you the receipt, or I can drop it off. One of them. Yeah, the one on Cottage Grove. Okay, thank you so much. Oh, okay. Okay, cool.
Your grandma Cheryl?
Yeah.
Oh, how's she doing?
She alright.
Okay, that's good. That's good. What's up? Oh, you alright? Block my way. You left your phone? Oh, do you want it? Sure. Give me 1 second. Let me just put my character somewhere. Okay.